Hi, it's Kristen from Altitude Advisory. I just thought it was an appropriate time to maybe give you a couple of tips on how to stay connected with your team while everyone's still working from home. I know there's going to be some announcements coming out shortly that might have us change slightly the way we work, but we could be doing this for a little bit longer. As you know, Corona is not just affecting where we work, but how we work too. Uh, Empathy is really, really, really important here. Some people have private spaces in their home and some don't. And some people know already how to work from home and others don't. And some have kids and are juggling other responsibilities. And others live on their own and are struggling with feelings of isolation. The situation is really complicated and it's constantly evolving, and people respond to pressure and challenges really differently. So showing tolerance and understanding and maintaining clear communications, transparency, and some flexibility with your employees can go a really long way to helping people know that you're there to support them. For me, staying connected during COVID-19 is all about communication. That means making it frequent, making it supportive, and keeping it really transparent. All of us are going through this for the very first time, and there is no playbook for managing a team in this situation. So we do manage already a fragmented workforce. Sometimes, if we have an offshore team or we have people working in different states, but how do you retain business as usual while maintaining the culture and community we have worked really hard to build in our businesses? I think we're going to need some new skills. We're going to need some new perspectives and probably some new approaches. And we should remember that working routines like this could, in fact, be our new normal. Remember that your team are looking for you to set the tone with them on what's expected. They don't know. So, routine, cadence of communication, and just generally staying connected and social is going to be really important. So, what are my top tips for helping us stay connected? Hold daily video calls with your team, either on a group chat or with each person individually. If you have a team, together is much better. It's easier to feel connected with people when you can physically see them. Being able to see and react to a person's nonverbal cues is critically important in conversations. You might already know that experts say that 70% of all communication is nonverbal, and given that, video trumps a phone call every day of the week. On a psychological level, though, engaging with people through video can help decrease the feelings of isolation and loneliness that can stem from a sudden move to the remote work environment, as we're seeing now. If you don't know which video services you can use Zoom, FaceTime, and Teams, just to name a few. If you don't already have a favourite, just download a couple and try them. Instant messaging is another key tip. Instead of email, in our team, we use Teams. It's a Microsoft product, but you could use Slack or any of the other products that are out there. Chat or instant messaging is great for a more casual check-in and a chat with colleagues or team. Where email is more formal, chat is a really good way to replicate the workplace banter that you might have. So if you're walking to the kitchen or past someone in the hallway. And the added bonus is you can send memes and GIFs, which really puts a smile on people's faces too. Just treat it like a conversation. There shouldn't be anything that goes in your chat that is an action. Send videos to people is tip number 3 from me. FaceTime is a really good way to have human connection and reduce the isolation factor. I personally like to write thank you notes to people when they've gone above and beyond for me, and given the current situation, I can't do that. And Australia Post, if I got there, it would be useless. So I've moved to sending video messages, and I'm getting really good response from that. A personalised video celebrating another's success is more important than ever, and as important and just as special as a handwritten note. I suppose most importantly, whatever you do, don't stop doing what you've worked so hard to build. Maintain and evolve your workplace programs and activities rather than cancel or postpone things until this all ends. Get creative and think of ways to adjust the experience to fit your new remote workforce. For us, our weekly team meetings, they still go ahead, and our quarterly firm-wide meeting has never been better. Our leadership team is getting together weekly to discuss what's new and make decisions and pivot with the information that we're hearing in the media. And from that point, our CEO does a video to update our team that keeps everyone informed. So that's the transparency piece that I was talking about. It's critical. Your people are looking for you for certainty in this uncertain time. You don't need to know all of the answers, of course, but you do need to make calls so that your team know what to expect. We're still doing our Friday night drinks as well. So we do it in the Brady Bunch view in Zoom. It's a really good way. You can see every single person there. Some people just listen, some chat away. But you can see people in their natural habitat, bevy in hand, chatting away just like we used to. And it's a really good closure to the week for our teams. That hasn't changed. We've always done that. The other really critical thing is understanding that mental health is going to be super important at this time. A few years ago, we put in place an employee assistance program. It is an anonymous program. They can just dial a number and make a time for a face-to-face with a psychologist or a counsellor. And it provides direct support to employees who are feeling anxious for any reason whatsoever. We don't know about it. We just know that someone made a call. We don't know who it is. One of those services could be really important for you right now. People are isolated and they might need to talk to someone about the changes in their workplace. Many people are worried that they're going to lose their job. So we have to reassure when it's required our team to make them feel more comfortable. With these insights in mind, we plan to take really good things from this experience, the tools, the tactics and the tips that have helped us stay more connected, and we want to bring them with us when we return to the office. I hope there have been a couple of tips there that can help you out. Of course, please ring. You can speak to me at Altitude Advisory. My name is Kristen. Have a great day. Thanks.